G'day kids and grown-ups. If you are loving watching and learning with Ozzie, it would be amazing if you could please do me a really big favour and just tell anybody else that you think might enjoy it too. In the meantime, enjoy this brand new episode, and as always, stay keen.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie.
G'day kids, Ozzie here. Happy Diwali or Shubh Diwali. We've got a really good book today. It's about the festival of Diwali and it's called Ramayana, the story of Diwali. And it's by Ajanta and Vivek. It was the night of Diwali, the festival of lights. Beautiful lamps lit up Mausi's house in India. In India, auntie is called Mausi. Maya, Neel and their pet squirrel Chintu were visiting from Chicago to celebrate Diwali. Kids, do you remember we talked about King Ram when you visited me last Diwali? Mausi asked. Yes, that's when we celebrated the 5 days of Diwali, Maya nodded. Well, let me tell you about Ramayana. This is the story of King Ram and Queen Sita and how Diwali started. Mausi smiled and opened the big book. We cannot wait to hear the story, the kids clapped with excitement. Chintu jumped up and down. A long, long time ago, there lived a king named Dasharath. Dasharath had 3 queens, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. They did not have any kids, so they did a special prayer. The god of fire Agni was very happy with the prayer. He came out of the prayer fire and gave them a special rice pudding called kheer. The queens ate the kheer and then they all had kids. Kaushalya gave birth to a boy named Ram. Kaikeyi had a boy named Bharat, and Sumitra had twins, Lakshman and Shatrugna. All 4 boys grew up learning lots of skills. They learned how to shoot arrows and ride horses. They also learned how to read and write from lots of books. We love books, don't we? Once Ram was older, he heard about a contest. Whoever could pick up a very heavy bow and shoot an arrow could marry Princess Sita. Prince after prince tried. They could not even lift the bow. But brave Ram picked up the bow right away. He shot the arrow and even broke the bow. Ting! Ram and Sita got married. Ram's father, Dasharath, wanted to make Ram the next king, but Queen Kaikeyi refused. She wanted her son Bharat to become the king instead. She also demanded that Ram and Sita leave the palace and live in the forest for 14 years. The king was heartbroken, but he had to agree because he had granted Kaikeyi a wish in the past. He ordered Ram and Sita to leave the palace. One of Ram's brothers, Lakshman, also decided to join them. Ram, Lakshman and Sita went to the forest and built a little house to live in. One day in the forest, a demoness named Surpanaka met Ram. She really liked Ram and wanted to marry him. Ram said no. Surpanaka got very angry and attacked Sita. To protect Sita, Lakshman fought Surpanaka. Her nose got hurt in the fight. Surpanaka was not happy. Surpanaka had a demon brother named King Ravan. Ravan was no ordinary demon king. He had 10 heads and was very evil. Surpanaka complained to Ravan that Lakshman hurt her. Ravan was very angry and promised to teach Ram, Lakshman and Sita a lesson. Ravan asked his demon friend Marich for help. Marich had a magical power. He could turn into anything he wanted. Marich turned himself into a golden deer and appeared in the forest. Sita noticed the golden deer and asked Ram to get it for her. Lakshman also joined Ram. Before leaving, Lakshman drew a magical line around their house. Sita, no bad person can cross this line to get inside the house, Lakshman said. But Ravan had an evil plan to get Sita to step out of the magical line. He dressed up as an old man and begged for food outside the house. Sita felt bad and stepped outside the magical line to give him food. As soon as Sita stepped out of the magical line, Ravan changed into a demon again. He held Sita's hand and took Sita away. She did not want to go. Ram and Lakshman came home and saw that Sita was missing. They went out looking for her. They were very sad. On the way, they met the Vanasina, or the monkey army. The Vanasina offered to help them find Sita. But first, they had to make sure that Sita was at Ravan's palace. They asked a very special Vana, Hanuman, for help. Hanuman had a special power. He could fly. Swoosh! Hanuman went flying through the sky. He reached Ravan's city of Lanka and looked everywhere for Sita. He finally saw her in the palace garden. He swooped down to meet Sita. Hanuman showed Ram's ring to Sita to prove he was a friend. Sita was very happy. But suddenly, Ravan's soldiers came and caught Hanuman. They tied him up with rope. They wrapped cloth around his tail, put oil on the cloth, and then set his tail on fire. How evil of them! Hanuman was not worried. He was strong and easily broke the rope. He then jumped from building to building. Since his tail was on fire, every building caught fire as well. People ran out in panic. Ha ha ha! Hanuman laughed. He flew back quickly to tell Ram that he had found Sita. Ram, Lakshman and the Vanasina headed to Ravan's palace to get Sita back. They soon came to a large ocean with no bridge. The Vanasina helped again. They built a bridge, one rock at a time. Ram, Lakshman and the entire Vana army crossed the bridge. Maya, Neel and Chintu imagine what it would be like to help. This is cool, but also a lot of work. The Vanasina must have been so strong, they say. See, there's the kids imagining what it would look like, building that rock bridge. Ram's army reached Lanka. Ravan met them with his own army. Ram asked Ravan to let go of Sita. Ravan refused. Ram had no option but to fight Ravan. A big war started between the two armies. Shwoop shwoop, the arrows flew. Clang clang, the swords hit. Ravan's army started to lose. Wake up my brother Kumbhakana, ask him to help, Ravan roared to his soldiers. Kumbhakana was a massive demon. He ate a lot. He slept 6 months of the year. Waking him up was not easy. Ravan's soldiers played loud drums right next to his ears. They even brought lots of food so that the yummy smell might wake him up. Finally, Kumbhakana woke up. First, he quickly ate up all the food. Next, he joined his brother Ravan to help fight. The war went on for many days. One day, Lakshman got very badly hurt. The only medicine was a special herb. It grew on a mountain far away. Hanuman quickly flew to the mountain. He searched and searched but could not find the special herb. Lakshman is hurt. I have to hurry back, Hanuman thought. So instead of spending more time searching for the herb, he decided to fly back with the entire mountain. Once Hanuman came back, the others quickly found the herb. Lakshman took the herb and got better very soon. Finally, after many days of the war, Ram's army won over Ravan's army. Ram and his army celebrated their victory of good over evil. This day is celebrated as Dussehra. Ram went to look for Sita. He found her in the palace garden. Ram and Sita were very happy to see each other. It was now time to head back home. Ram, Sita, Lakshman and Hanuman got on a special flying chariot. The flying chariot lifted slowly up into the air. It then zoomed home. People decorated the entire city with lights and flowers to welcome them home. And kids, this is how Diwali, the festival of lights, started. Mausi says with a big smile and closes the book. Aha! Now we get why Diwali is celebrated with lights, Maya and Neel exclaim. It is to celebrate King Ram and Queen Sita coming back home after winning the war with evil Ravan. Chintu jumps up and down with joy. He picks up a toy mountain and pretends to fly like Hanuman. We cannot wait for our next adventure. We wonder where that will be. We hope you can join us then. Maya, Neel and Chintu say, until then, namaste. Oh, that's a cool book. So that's a story, kids, of Diwali and how Diwali started in the Hindu religion. I hope you enjoyed it, kids. I hope you've learnt lots. And I hope you have, if you celebrate it, a very happy Diwali. Shubh Diwali. I'll see you next time, kids. Until then, stay keen. Hey kids, did you have lots of fun today watching Ozzie? I hope so. Did you know that we've got a heap of Ozzie episodes on our YouTube channel? If you haven't already, go back and have a scroll through. I reckon you'll find some others that you absolutely love. And while you're there, why don't you hit subscribe? That way you won't miss out on any of our new videos that we bring out. We'll see you again soon, kids. Until then, stay keen. Oh, and by the way, did you happen to find the hidden Ozzie icon in that video? Yeah, make sure you look closely because they're in every single video. That's right. Stay keen, kids.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend